Well, good morning. It's tomorrow. Well, my tomorrow, probably not your tomorrow. Being an expert on these cars, obviously, sometimes you just have to walk away and then it hits you and you come back. It's like a magical moment. So no external help. I'm hydrated. I've got my finest work flip-flops on, and let's see if this works. Let's go. Okay, so I really didn't have an epiphany. Did consult the internet for a couple seconds. Believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of information out there that seems to be accurate or good. Fresh eyes, fresh mind. Got my lucky flip-flops on. So picking up where we left off, we are at piston number 1 being at top dead center, which just means that it's at the very top of its stroke, all the way up. I confirmed that with the samurai sword yesterday, stuffing it down in here. What I also noticed, and this is maybe to help somebody else out, the Woodruff key, which is the little key or tab that indexes the crankshaft pulley on the crankshaft down there. So when that's at top dead center on piston number 1, it is in the 12 o'clock position. Basing everything off of that, I can then reposition the idler sprocket in the position that it's supposed to be, using that as my reference. So right now, we're way off. My idea is to take the tension off the timing chain and see if I can lift it up a little bit, maybe, or maybe just pull the sprocket completely out, retime this to where it's supposed to be, lock it down, and then do the timing on the cams. Let's see what we break. Okay, so what I need to do first is I need to take the tension off of the timing chain. You'll see this lower timing chain tensioner here, and then you have, of course, the guide that it pushes against to tension the chain all the way down to the crankshaft sprocket. But what we need to do is remove the tension. But right here, this little hole right there, that is for something to lock out the piston. So you see the groove in the piston right here? If you don't do that and you take this off, this piston and the spring are going to shoot off and they're going to go to the moon, and you'll never see them ever again. And you'll have to get a new one. I have a cell phone SIM card removal tool, or, you know, something like a clothespin, or not a clothespin, something like a paper clip or two. But I'm gonna push this and I'm going to stick it in there. Yeah, and you can see that we locked it out. And now we have no tension on the timing chain. You can see that we got a little bit of wiggles now that we took the tension off that. So my idea is to somehow walk this sprocket around, but in order to do that, I may have to take off one or both timing chain guides, and then, well, both uppers, the tensioner and the guide. Well, let's start with the upper. Let's start with the tensioner up top and the guide. Let's see what happens. All right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Whoa, actually, it might come off. Yeah, there's nothing holding it on the back. I forgot about that. So what I'm gonna have to do, and there's a lockout right here, I think, too. I'm gonna find something else to jam in that. Okay, so I'm back. When I was digging through my wife's purse for lunch money and gum, I was also looking for a safety pin, a paper clip, or something to put it on here. I don't want this to spring off there and shoot, so it's fine right now, it's locked out, but on the back side, this can like tilt that way once it is removed from the block. And when that happens, this is free to go, just, you know, to Texas if it wants to. What I ended up finding, though, is a zip tie. Zip ties will work just as well, I guess. Not fall out like a paper clip. Get in there. Back to where we were. Alright. So I still want to be careful because I don't know if I did a good job. It's always questionable when I put my hands on anything. Well, maybe. My hand wrenches aren't working. There. Now we'll go to the upper timing chain guide, which looks like another set of 10 millimeters. Hand down! Hand down! Where'd you go? It's always the 10 millimeters. Oh, of course. You're all the way under the car. Yeah. Alright, we're good. Does that give us anything? Ooh. We won't have enough room, will we? I already see that we don't have enough room. But I am going to take this guide off anyway, and then after that I'll probably just end up pulling this entire sprocket out. What I'm looking at is I don't have enough room to work this chain up like I thought I would. I knew it was going to be close, but no way. Not happening. So what I'm going to do is going to remove the lower guide here on the right-hand side, and that should open us up. It looks to be like not a 10, a bigger 10. 10 plus 2. Oh, uh-oh. Come on. Uh-oh. Huh. plastic is always a good idea when you're talking mechanical parts. Through many heat cycles and chemical exposure, I figured that plastic probably wasn't really considered to be a long-term solution. They actually carried that on into the mid-90s with the Infinity motors too, so things like the VH45 and up to 1995, I believe, had plastic guides as well, and you're talking a V8 that could rev to like 8,000 RPMs or something crazy like that. But around that time, I think a lot of manufacturers were doing some cost-cutting measures. Clearly, I'm treating the head gasket with respect. It's fine. That's what RTV's made for. Spit and glue. Okay. Can I get it with my hand? Yeah. Uh-oh. Nope. Not having it. Nope. Maybe. No. I think my neighbor's been mowing his lawn for the last 6 hours. I think he's been over it 4 or 5 different times now. It's done, Harold. It's done. Boy, this is going slow. So how's the family? Oh, okay. No, we're good. Oh, that would be real bad. And then we had no choice but to take the oil pan off. Let's make sure we don't drop this guide down in there. Ah, look at that. I win. So looking at the timing chain guide, it looks pretty new. I don't even know if this motor ran or ran much after this was done. And I can assume it probably didn't, given, you know, what we're finding now. So, yeah, let's keep going. Now we need to take the bolt out here, so... Do you? Nope, I just grabbed. Nope. I think I've done this before. Nope. What? Perfect, first try. Oh. Ow. There it goes. Alright, I want to be gentle. Hip, 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 hip. Oh, that's a big one. So you don't want to drop the chain, obviously, into the oil pan. Yeah. What I'm going to do in a second, take my samurai sword and... Perfect. Here we go. Almost. I'm just going to leave it as it is and rotate the idler sprocket, which should be pointed over at the cam. So right here is the timing mark that we're looking at, and that should be pointed up in here. So let's just go ahead and do that without dropping stuff. The sword out of the stone. Oh no. And into the fan. At least it has a fan. I think that's right. I think that's good. So let's get that bolt back in there before we forget everything. I'm sure there's a torque spec for this, but hand tight is fine, I'm sure. You got a steel bolt going into an aluminum head. It's easy to mess up threads. All right, there we go. Whew. Now I'm gonna put this other guide back on, hopefully the right way. Now you just wanna tighten it until you crack the block. And that's good enough. Yeah. This. So you know the saying, timing is everything? That saying was actually, believe it or not, was actually coined by Henry Ford's second cousin. Don't look it up, it's true. But basically, timing in a motor is paramount. When a motor is out of time, not only can it just run like garbage and it can overheat, which was one of the symptoms that the person that owned this before mentioned, but it can also cause catastrophic failure, premature wear, all kinds of problems. It keeps the bottom and the top end in time, and everything is driven off of that in proper time. So they fire, they do whatever it is they do at the time that they are supposed to. So that's really what it's all about. Now we have to take care of the cam timings and the idler sprockets. If we're good, we should be able to now align the upper timing chain as we would normally. So the blue links should line up with all the timing dots in their proper orientation. After that, we should be able to turn the motor over and see if we actually have compression. Fingers crossed. What I'm going to do to kind of find our position, I'm going to temporarily place the intake cam back in its home and then rotate it in its proper position. So let's figure this out. In order to get this on in its final form, we're gonna have to take that back off though. There we go. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, friend. So I can't get the cam to roll over all the way, and I don't want to force it because that may mean that we're coming in contact somewhere. It may already have caused damage. I don't know. Again, I don't really know the history on this car other than what was told to me. It's kind of all just a mystery. So I'm going to take the intake cam out, and I'm going to start at the center here with the caps. Loosen these first, working my way to the outsides in stages, and then pull the cam out, rotate it how it's supposed to be, and then put it back in. Be gentle. Now you want to make sure you drop this straight onto the concrete because those little dents really personalize your car. All right, sorry to keep you waiting. I got my Permatex assembly lube just so we don't put these back in there dry. That's always a bad idea to go in dry. Anyway, let me wipe this off on the top before I inspect any further. All right, so we're putting the cam in hopefully in the right position. I don't want to put this in without any oil. The oil that's in here is a little, it's dirty, it's new, it looks like, but it's a little gross. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of assembly lube in here. And, oh, there we go, that's good. Just smack it off the side of the car, it's fine. It's custom grind, that is. I know the cam's dirty, don't yell at me. Gentle. Now let's put this in the right orientation. My calculations are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right in here somewheres. All right, so I'll put it there on that, and I'll set you down gently. Gentle. Go. Go home. Persuasion. Why do I have to convince you? You're my friend. So now that we're pretty close-ish, go ahead and put our caps back on. Arrow's facing the right way towards the front of the motor. I do want to see what the torque spec is here because I don't want to. I want to do something kind of right. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just going to gently tighten these down equally. So what I found out is it's 17 inch-pounds for the caps. And, well, I don't have a torque wrench that goes down that far, so I'm just going to guess, because that's fine. Perfectly okay. I feel like a real 240 SX owner now. Let's make sure we lose the bolts. Actually, that's what this is for. So when we lose them all at the same time. I'm gonna pull this one off in order to get the chain on everything. This one's already loose. Actually, I think this one might be loose too. So, no, it's not loose. Good. That should be aligned right there. Hey, it is. And this, we should be able to put on like this. We might have to rotate the cam a little bit in order to get it lined up. Ow! Perfect! Ah! Put it down now! No! Too far! Ooh. There! I think I got it. Got it! Torque these. Nope. Nope. There it is. Oh. Nope. Oh, there it is. It was hiding. It's fine. It's fine. Oh yeah, we're good. Woo! Okay, so now that we've got that taken care of, I'm going to hand turn the motor over and see if we hear anything crazy. Okay, so you guys need to be quiet. We're going to hand turn the motor over and we're going to listen carefully to see if there's anything going wrong. Clanking, clacking, grinding, twerking, anything like that. Oh, ow. Ouch. Shh, shh. All right, there's 2 full rotations, and I didn't hear anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the key and see what happens when we spin it up a little bit faster. You guys stay here. Tell me if you hear anything crazy. Contact. Great, battery's dead. Or I guess it could be loose. Now make sure you put the red one on the black one and the black one on the red one, because they like to, you know, they like to mix it up for you a little bit. Keep it exciting. Okay, just kidding, don't do that. I'm lying. All right, contact, right it. Good. I think we have a bad connection. Just jiggle it around a little bit. That usually fixes it. Take 3. Did you hear that? I didn't either. I think we could maybe throw some spark plugs in it, but first let me just go ahead and grab the compression tester since they're all out. Hit the key, we'll see where we are. Maybe exciting. Good news? Let's go find out. So, I have my compression tester here, and what this is gonna tell us is how much pressure each cylinder has in it. We shouldn't see anything between all 4 cylinders. We shouldn't see anything like a 10% discrepancy between them, or give or take a couple. But I'm just anxious to see if it has any compression because, well, it didn't. Now, I'm gonna go hit the key. You guys watch this, okay? What'd you see? Did it move? Well, it didn't move. But I'm not convinced 100% yet, because I seem to remember pulling the Schrader valve out of this to test something else one time. I think I was putting air into a cylinder head, and I don't remember if I ever put it back in. I don't know where it is. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some spark plugs in it and see if it has any kind of resistance at all, and then we'll see. Now, you want to cross thread these as best as possible, because anytime you're working with aluminum, it's, you know, always kind of a crap. All right, I'm just gonna barely put number 1 in and see if I hear anything. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear? It sounded like it had compression. If so, now we need to get serious. I'm gonna put the tensioner back on because I didn't do that before. When I do that, I'm gonna get someone out here to help me roll the car over while I put my mouth on the cylinder and see if it blows my cheeks up. Not really. But I am going to see if I can feel any air coming up through the cylinder. Ow. While I'm at it, I might as well put the other guide back on too. Just so I don't, you know, forget about it later. Wrong way. Oh! It's fine, I got a magnet. We have these to go fishing. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of concerning. Uh-oh. Always the 10mm that's the problem child. Fine. It'll just hit the crankshaft. It's good. We're fine. Uh-oh. That's not good. It's fine. You give your motor tools, it'll fix itself, right? Yeah, probably not, but guess that's more incentive to drop the oil pan then, huh? If I want to get my 10mm socket back, and we'll have to do that to put the timing cover back on the right way. Hey, 10mm, can you hear me? Hello? So this is where I find myself at a real crossroads, real conundrum, if you will. Sticky situation. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I want to see for sure if the engine has compression, and because my compression tester doesn't seem to be working, or it's not in tune. That leaves us with the old-fashioned way. Pulling spark plug number 1 out, or any of them really, covering the hole, turning the motor over, and feeling for puffs of air. But that means we risk the crankshaft and the 10mm becoming one forever. What do we do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull spark plug number 1 out, and in that time that it takes me to do that, I'm going to make a decision. So I think I'm gonna turn the motor over. It's risky, I know it. I know. It's not smart. I want to confirm it before I end the video. I want to be sure. And by the way, it just hit me what I think this is. I think this is the pin that they ship these with to lock them out. I want you to leave knowing that what we did here today was good. Or you see something real exciting and probably a lot of cussing. Yeah, we'll just do that. All right, here goes nothing. Go ahead. Wait. Okay, go ahead. All right, stop. Can you see it on my face? It has compression. Motor was rolling over and I had my thumb stuck down in the hole. I made a little bit of a seal with my glove, and when it was rolling over, I know you couldn't see it, hear it, or taste it, but what I was feeling for were puffs of air coming up, and I did. I felt that. I felt it go past the glove, and it hit me in the face multiple times, and I wanted to make sure before calling it quits. And it does have compression. The car has compression. My compression tester is bad, which gave me a false sense of, well, the car being garbage. Well, at least the motor being garbage. The car is still questionable. I feel more comfortable going ahead and dropping the oil pan, which I was gonna do anyway because I want my 10mm back. Also, we need to do that before I can put the timing cover back on the right way, get the surfaces all cleaned up the right way, get things torqued down the right way. Now that I found this pin, which I believe to be what they put in the tensioners when they ship them, down in the oil pan, it'll give me a chance to really look at it and see if there's anything really in there, metal shavings or anything like that that might clue us into the overall bigger picture health of this motor. But that does make me excited that this probably does run. Yeah, we did something good, sort of. I'm gonna call it there. Quit while I'm ahead. When you come back in the next video, what we're gonna do is we are going to see if, well, we're gonna do the rest of the things and get this a little bit closer to actually taking a drive for the first time in 2 years. I think it said 2-3 years. All right, see you next time.